Now I'd like to go into the family room. In this room we have the antique Chippendale sofa, camelback, and it's covered in an English country fabric. We have the grass cloth on the walls, which gives the room a very warm feeling. Antique Limoges plates on each side of the mirror. And if you look at the mantle, we have the Seth Thomas antique mantle clock. It's over 100 years old. And the cute little English Staffordshire dogs on each side of those. And then I have the vases with the moss balls covered with moss, topiaries and that. Hi, I'd like to show you the cute little guest room I made for my granddaughters. These pieces belong to my grandmother, and they're from probably 1930. The cute little dresser with a round mirror and chest, which were originally in a dark wood and I painted them white. I have the bowling pitcher made in England, and it's probably from the late 1800s, and the iridescent pearl with gold trim. I've incorporated the garden theme in here with the picture of the garden and the floral border with roses. And then on the bed I have some vintage fabric pillows and the needlepoint rose pillow. The bed was my great-great-grandmother's, which it's probably over 100 years old, 100 to 150. And then I have the collection of rabbits and teacups. And the cross-stitch Victorian lady that my sister made in 1985. Hi, I wanted you to see my French style bathroom and how I've incorporated antique pictures, Victorian hardware, and an antique tray on the vanity. And this shows you how you can use your small antique pieces even in your bathroom to give it character and style. This is the entrance to the garden. I have the hybrid wisteria growing over the arch. And as you go down the steps, you can see a variety of plants, roses, ferns, and my garden is mostly hydrangeas. I have the cute little concrete rabbits, bird baths, and the garden path, and the Charleston style bird bath fountain. And at the end you'll see my tiny greenhouse. have the beautiful ivy covered trellis too that you can walk under. It gives your garden a lot of character.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come and see your house today, Kay.
Thank you, Melanie. I really appreciate you coming today.
Your garden is lovely. Would you consider this to also be sort of a French country garden?
Yes, English country. With the design with the hydrangeas.
It's very beautiful. I can see you've done a lot of work out here. So I have a question. I noticed that in some of your rooms you have the French country, and in some of the rooms you have the English country. So it's okay to switch styles between rooms?
Oh, certainly. You can have a different style in every room if you want to, or just have the same style weaving through your entire house is pretty too. But styles and color can vary from room to room.
I like the way you bring in pieces into your house that reflect what's on the outside of your house. For instance, you have a garden room to reflect the garden, and you have a magnolia picture. Where else can you find inspiration for decorating your house?
You can bring garden ornaments into the house, like the concrete angels and the large urns. You can put those in the foyer and put moss covered balls or different flowers that you find in gardens, and I think that's very pretty.
So you've been spending years collecting antiques, is that correct?
Yes, I have.
When do you think you started?
I started when I was a teenager.
Really?
I went to my first auction when I was about 18 years old with my mother, and I bought a cute little, it was a school desk, and it was probably, well, I've since then got rid of, sold it, but that was one of the first things I bought at an auction and bid on, which I thought was a big deal.
Is that intimidating?
Yes, it is, kindly.
Yeah, I've never been to an auction.
Especially for someone new that's not used to it, but and then I just started enjoying antiques, and my weakness is dishes. And I finally got to the point to where I had so many dishes I had to start getting rid of some of them.
What advice do you have for somebody who maybe wants to start using antiques, but is kind of a little bit intimidated, maybe doesn't know where to start?
Well, a lot of young people like the shabby chic design, and I know if you look it up in a magazine, you'll see that it incorporates a lot of the antique pieces, but they paint them white and then they sand off the edges to make them look worn or older, and then use the vintage fabrics with that, and I think that's a very pretty design for younger people to use, especially in guest room or bedroom, and even in their formal areas too, they can use that, and it's very nice. But you just really need to pick a style. If you like the dark wood, or do you like the oak, or if you like both, you can have both like I did, one in the kitchen and the other in your formal areas or whatever. But there's really no certain style with antiques. You can buy an antique and put it in with your other pieces, and it just adds so much to a home.
Wow, that's really good advice, Kay. Thank you for joining us here in Oakwood, Georgia at Kay's house, and we've been looking at French country and English country designs. And I hope that you've enjoyed today's anecdote. Keep watching for more in the future. Thank you.